Good morning, everyone. Today we're going to talk about heart rate and also we're going to talk about coronary heart disease. Our objectives are understand how factors may increase the risk of developing coronary heart disease, explain how the heart rate changes during exercise and under the influence of adrenaline. Okay. Coronary heart disease. The heart is made of muscle cells. As we know, the building unit of our body is a cell. So our heart made of cells as any organ in our body. Okay, the heart is made of muscle cells that need their own supply of blood to deliver oxygen, glucose, and other nutrients and remove carbon dioxide and other waste products. Our heart muscles need oxygen and glucose to respire, to make aerobic respiration. So, how the blood reaches to heart muscles by coronary or by coronary vein, by coronary artery, and the coronary vein carry blood back to the heart chambers. The blood is supplied by the coronary arteries. If a coronary artery becomes partially or completely blocked by fatty acid deposit called a plug, these plugs mainly formed from cholesterol. Cells in that area of the heart will not be able to respire and can no longer contract, leading to a heart attack. So, coronary heart disease develops when the coronary arteries become too narrow. The coronary arteries are the blood vessels that supply oxygen and blood to the heart. Here I mean to the heart cells. Coronary heart disease tends to develop when cholesterol builds up on the artery wall, creating blood. If you remember, we talked about cholesterol in chapter 3 when we said cholesterol is a substance that a body gets from food such as egg and meat, but we also make cholesterol in our liver. And we said it is an essential part of all cells, but too much cholesterol causes heart diseases. Okay, look here. Here we have vena cava, aorta, right coronary artery, and pulmonary artery, pulmonary veins, left coronary artery, and look here, coronary arteries supply the cardiac muscle cells with nutrients and remove waste products like CO2. Type. The heart is made from cardiac muscle tissue, and we said cardiac muscle tissue can contract and relax without becomes fatigue. Okay, this is in the picture. We have cardiac muscle cells. Okay. Remember, a diet too high in saturated fat, and we said saturated fat, we can found it in animal. Cholesterol can lead to coronary heart disease. Doc, look here. The blood vessel becomes narrow, so this will prevent blood flow or make the blood flow more difficult. So the blood can't reach to all cells in the heart. Effect of narrowing of arteries. A normal artery, normal blood flow. But look here, abnormal artery. There is a block. There is a block. Okay. Causes of coronary heart disease. The factors. Okay. Factor 1, poor diet. Eating more saturated fat increases cholesterol levels, increasing the chance of build of fatty blood. So we have to eat a little amount of cholesterol. Okay. The word diet simply means all food and drink you choose to put in your body. So we have to eat a balanced diet. Okay, factor 2, stress. When under stress, hormones produced can increase blood pressure, increasing the chance of a blockage in the coronary arteries. Factor 3, smoking. Nicotine in cigarettes will cause blood vessels to become narrow, increasing blood pressure, which will cause the build-up of fatty globules. If this occurs in the coronary artery, this will cause coronary heart disease. Okay, let's see this video about coronary heart disease.
Your arteries, a system of tubes that transport blood around your body. Over time, the buildup of fatty material can damage and clog arteries, restricting the blood flow. This is known as atherosclerosis and can lead to heart attacks and strokes. There are several causes, including high cholesterol, which can clog up your arteries over time, high blood pressure, which can damage areas in your artery walls, making it easier for fatty material to build up over time, and smoking, where chemicals in tobacco smoke can also damage arteries, leading to this fatty material buildup. If a fatty deposit breaks down or ruptures, a blood clot can form around it. This can block your artery. If this artery supplies blood to your heart muscle, it can cause a heart attack. If this artery supplies blood to your brain, it can cause a stroke. There isn't a cure for atherosclerosis, but thanks to British Heart Foundation research funded by your generous donations, we are understanding more about how to treat it. The good news is that you can do something to slow down its progress, and the earlier you start, the better.
Okay. Let's talk about heart rate. Okay. Let's talk about heart rate. Heart rate means the number of heartbeats in 1 minute. So normally the heart beats about 70 times at a minute, but this can change according to the needs of body. like when we do exercises, our heart rate increased, and in rest, our heart rate decreased. Okay, let's talk about the effect of exercise. During exercise, the muscle cell need more energy than usual as they are contracting more. So our heart pumps fast to deliver blood to our muscles to respire and get more energy. They therefore need to respire more and so need more oxygen and glucose and they produce more waste carbon dioxide. Okay, to meet this demand, the heart contract more often, so the heart rate increases. Contracts more powerful, so the stroke volume increases. Okay, I think you know the difference between heart rate and stroke volume. Heart rate mean the number of pumps per minute, but the stroke volume, the volume of blood that gets out in each pump. So the heart pumping a greater volume of blood with each beat. Type. The changes in the heart rate are easily observed by measuring the pulse rate at the wrist or side of the neck. We can measure our pulse rate by two areas or in two areas, in your wrist and in your neck. Okay, after exercise has finished, the heart rate takes several minutes to return to its normal resting rate in order to continue supply muscle cell with oxygen. This is called oxygen debit. As we know, when we do exercise, our muscles respire anaerobically, so produce lactic acid. And lactic acid is a toxic substance, so we need more oxygen to break it down. So after we finish the exercise, our heart rate takes several minutes to return to its normal, to continue to supply muscles with oxygen. Okay, this is need to repay the oxygen debit built up during exercise if the muscles respire anaerobically and they produce lactic acid. The oxygen is needed to combine with lactic acid and they break it down into carbon dioxide and water. Okay, before we talked about effect of adrenaline, I want to ask you a question. I want you to think why we need to include enough rest in our week. Why is rest important? Think. Okay, because we need a recovery time after an illness or after an exercise. Okay, now let's talk about effect of adrenaline. Adrenaline is a hormone secreted when we are afraid, stressed, or angry. Okay, it also causes the heart rate and the stroke volume to increase to prepare our body for fight or flight. In addition, it diverts blood away from non-essential area, like our digestive system. When we want to run, we don't need blood to goes to our digestive system. We need it to go to our muscles. So this hormone diverts blood away from non-essential areas so that more is available to supply muscles. This is why we get butterflies in our stomach when we are nervous. Okay, these changes in the heart rate are controlled by nerve impulses from a part of the brain called medulla. This part in the basement of the brain called medulla. Okay, this part control the heart rate. Let's know how. Okay, when we start to exercise, our muscles produce more carbon dioxide in aerobic respiration. So, receptors in the aorta and the carotid artery detect this increase. So, number one, our muscles produce more carbon dioxide in aerobic respiration. Number two, receptors in the aorta and the carotid artery detect this increase. Okay, they send electrical signals. Here I mean aorta and carotid artery. They send electrical signals called nerve impulses through the sensory nerve to the medulla. The medulla's responds by sending nerve impulses along the accelerator nerve. When carbon dioxide production returns to normal, the medulla receives fewer impulses. It responds by sending nerve impulses along a decelerator nerve. Look at this picture. Look. When we start to exercise, okay, our muscles produce more carbon dioxide in aerobic respiration. After that, receptors in the aorta and the carotid artery. Here, receptors in the aorta and carotid artery. Wait. Receptors in the aorta and the carotid artery here detect this increase. So after that, these arteries send electrical signals called nerve impulses, okay, through the sensory nerve to the medulla, through the sensory nerve, this nerve in green color. But the medulla responds by sending nerve impulses along the accelerator nerve. Look, accelerator nerve in the green. Accelerator nerve. Accelerator nerve mean this will increase the heart rate. When carbon dioxide, okay, now the heart rate increased. So when carbon dioxide returns to normal, the medulla receives fewer impulses. The medulla receives fewer impulses. So it responds by sending nerve impulses along the decelerator nerve. This means the heart rate will decrease. So accelerator nerve increases the heart rate and decelerator nerve decreases the heart rate. Okay, it also reduces the force of the contractions. Blood pressures then return to the normal. Okay. Your homework is question 10 and the question 11, page 83. Okay, thank you.